I ended up getting bumped for aggravated robbery. They locked me up while I was in school. They came and got me at school. I was so embarrassed, bro, because I was living a double life. It's like in school, I'm still this smart, straight A, honor roll student, varsity star player, all of this dope thing that's going on for me in high school. But when I was leaving school, I had to do certain things. Well, I felt like I had to do certain things to feed for my family.
In middle school, a girl was bullying one of my friends on the school bus, and I threatened that bully. After school, she ran home to her grandma and called the police on me. They came in, they asked me about the incident, and after hours of interrogation alone with 2 officers and me by myself, I told them that I threatened the girl after she was bullying my friend. And then I remember from there I got suspended from school and I was put on probation after that.
I hope that they can find a different way just to approach these kids and, just to help them a different way, because they're not trying to help them, they just want to lock them away. That's all they want to do. They feel like if they lock them away, that's what helps, and it doesn't.
The Juvenile Detention Alternatives Initiative program is a public, private, and community partnership for juvenile justice system improvement. It will touch on 7 main pillars that are key to the transition and development of each young person who is affected by the justice system. It speaks to the importance of community voice, the process of family engagement, positive youth development, the cross-system approach, as well as how they are adjusting racial and ethnic disparities and transforming policies to meet the current demands of society today. This program is one of few, if any, and the first to take the lead in Minnesota on not simply fixing, but changing what the justice system looks like for our young people in the future.
Without community organizing, our major successes that we've made with JDAI wouldn't have happened.
Without community, we don't have a conversation or dialogue about what's wrong with the system. A community person can sit and have a conversation with the sheriff or with the county attorneys and be not only valued, seen, heard, and taken seriously. And that's been one of the most powerful pieces at this table.
I do see the work that I do in making policy and directing resources to community as fulfilling the need and opportunity that we have to address what our children, our youth, our families, our communities, businesses included, need.
I just think that community involvement and partnership is one of the ways that we can solve the issue of the disparities that we see in the system. I just don't see it happening without community. I don't know how you resolve these kind of systemic issues without community.
Yeah, community voice plays a huge role in my profession. I think without the community, you can't really hear the voice of the people. What I do, and I try to do all the time, is make sure any space I'm in, I can bring community there. Because a lot of times they don't have access to the same folks I might have access to, the same gatekeeper. So if I'm able to bring a community person in and have them tell their story to a gatekeeper, it changes a lot. That narrative can change a lot how people feel. It's just the lived experience you want to interject into the room.
Broken homes, broken families, broken bones. Together we stand, divided we fall.
With young people, we want to have that family alongside that young person for support.
The real goal in this work is about relationship. We can't do nothing without relationship. If we engage in this work without relationship, then we subscribe to the same transactionalism that exists within this white dominant culture and system that is in place.
We really try to connect with everybody in the family, and that can be aunties, uncles, whoever that young person connects to, we try to connect with that person. So if that's a group of friends, we want to bring them in and bring them in closer, wrap around them. So that's where the wraparound services come in at. Dollars we use, we try to help families out. It's just not giving youth money, it's giving the family money, so it'll be a holistic approach to helping that youth heal.
I would just like to see them help more, give you more resources to help your kids, just help them through whatever situation they may be going through.
Part of our efforts in probation to engage family is around individualized case plans that we do with kids and families, where we work with them to set up goals that are important to them, and then those goals we work with the kid and family on throughout the supervision period.
Prisons don't work, but what did work was family therapy. What did work was learning how to express myself through arts when I couldn't articulate them with words.
Families are places where children learn. And so a young person already has a set of knowledges and skills and abilities based on what has been learned in that network, in that family.
It's a wind blowing so strong. A lot of children who moved on. Time waits for no one to slow down. So it's best for us to work it out. Stick together without judgment. Save the youth from the battleground.
So bringing our young people not only to the space of being in these positions of power, but then also resourcing them, you know, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, with the ability to create entities, LLCs, businesses, things that will help to change the trajectory.
Being a part of the Healing Streets Project, a community mediator. Our work is through intervention, through prevention, and through healing. And we've been working directly with young folks that are currently incarcerated, right? And when it comes to that transitional development and getting them back out, we have one-on-one meetings with them, you feel me? We get their minds right.
The impact I hope to change is just make sure when youth come through, they come through better. I'm not traumatized, because this criminal justice system can traumatize the youth. Just take a lot of trauma out and just a lot of healing. I really want youth to be healed if they ever have to experience this criminal justice system, and make sure it looks different. Make sure there's a lot of love infused in it.
In youth detention, and in fact, I think a lot of this work in Ramsey County started with the great work that was started by really our community and the leadership of Commissioner Tony Carter around having a vision around wanting to be a community and a place where we would recognize that when we incarcerate youth, imposing considerable harm, I think in many ways what JDAI has done, we have shown that there's a different way to achieve safety and wellness for our community by avoiding unnecessary detention.
It definitely messed up my education. Like going to alternative schools, just kind of having that label and stigma on me as the girl like on probation, the troublemaker. I feel like that followed me throughout my entire academic career.
Addressing racial and ethnic disparities means that we all have an opportunity to thrive, and that we're able to see that based on the results and our ability to utilize our own strengths and talents and to achieve our goals.
Really any kind of system reform without community being at the table, that we need the community's help to resolve some of the issues that we see in the system. JDAI was really focused on detention and reducing the detention population. And in addition to that, Deep End Reform is really focused on probation and how we transform probation into an effective intervention.
I think the next steps is leading with love, because a lot of times it's too often you don't see a lot of love infused in the criminal justice system. I think that needs to change. Say we're going to share power with community, but we need to give power back to community. So we want to bring community to the table, help them make changes for people most impacted. So I think that's the biggest step, is actually giving power back to community to make these changes.
My experience and use my story as a tool, as an educational point for like the next generation.
Don't judge my bad, judge my change, and we can make a way. Don't judge my bad, judge my change, and we can make a way. Don't judge my best, judge my change, and we can make a way. We can make it together. Yeah, we can make it together. Don't judge my bad, judge my change, and we can make a way. Don't judge my bad, judge my change, and we can make a way. Don't judge my best, judge my change, and we can make a way. We can make it together. Yeah, we can make it together.